Hello and welcome back to a special edition of the Forest Lake Morning Show. I am Tyler.
I'm Brandon. And why is it special?
It's special because we have some breaking news in the music industry to tell all of you beautiful viewers. I'm excited about it. I don't know if you can tell. I actually am excited about it, thinking about it. We dropped two things already about something that we were going to talk about on this episode, which we're going to talk about right now. Brendan.
Yeah.
People. We are, the band Forest Lake, is releasing a song called How I Feel on May 7th. Hear it from me now. May 7th.
Jeez.
We're releasing.
Screaming into the
We
mic.
are releasing How I Feel. I got to make sure they can hear and that they know.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about how I feel?
Yeah.
Man, damn, do I feel good. Yeah, so we're going to actually do this episode a little different. We're not going to jump into breaking news with like big time celebrity artists and things that are actually happening in the industry. Maybe we'll make a little post about it, but we want to focus on Forest Lake. We're a band. We're a two-piece band here in Tampa, Florida, and I feel like we haven't really talked much about ourselves for a band that's trying to be in the industry. But we're going to do that right now, talking about something that's very special to us and kind of everything that we can about it right now.
Sure. I mean, it's our podcast. We can plug our own songs.
We can do whatever we want.
No shame in the game.
No shame.
Yeah.
So with that being said, How I Feel, do you want to tell these people what this is? Just like simply, it's not a new song.
No. So, man, where to start?
Yeah, where do you start?
How I Feel we released back in 20-something.
2020.
Was it 2020?
2020.
Nice.
Because that's
the start of the pandemic.
That's the pandemic years.
Yeah. So, it's a previously released song under Tyler.
Right.
Under Tyler Cohen. It received such good feedback, and it was a very unique style to us at the time, I'd say, because we were going more like pop and trying to decide like what route we wanted to go with the style of our music and the style of Tyler's music, I guess, at that point.
That time.
And so it was so different, so unique, and it came up so organically, and it received such great feedback. I think it was like one of our most listened to songs at the time, and then Tyler decided to take it down forever. It was just gone, and it was a little sad. Like, it wasn't out there anymore. Like, no one could listen to it. People were like, bring it back. So we decided to bring it back, revamp it under Forest Lake, make it better for you guys.
Certainly. So just to give you some more backside, like at that time, things were being released just under my name, Tyler Cohen, because it was just like a solo artist thing I was doing. And Brendan was happy to be on the project. Any project that I had, we were working together. He was just behind the scenes. That's just, I think you were comfortable being behind the scenes.
It's my happy spot.
It took me so much convincing to bring you to the front, to get you to be in a band, to get you to not produce behind the curtain and like just do that thing. So one, thank you, and I respect you for that, to listen to my crazy ass. But the other thing about this song is that it actually originates from 2017 when I wrote it. I'm not going to get into what the song actually is about. That's maybe for later or not at all. But for your own interpretation when it comes out.
Do I even know what this is about?
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I think I would. I told you when I would have had to have told you when I came over and we worked on it. So at the time, in 2017, I wrote the song, and it was very different to what it is and what you will hear, or what you can hear from the clips already. And fast forward to, I think 2020 was when I came to your house when you were visiting from Florida. You were coming in town, seeing your family, and I was living in Cleveland. So I went over to Brendan's parents' house, and we went in his little home studio, and he's like, "Hey, what do you got? Show me what you got." And I played him two songs acoustically on the guitar with like the voice memos, and he immediately chose How I Feel and grabbed one of the guitars we have here that he brought with him,
The
OG acoustic guitar, and just immediately changed the riff. He's like, "Nah, we're going to do this better. Like, we're going to do this and this and this." And I think at that moment, he just, like he said, organically just reproduced the song live in front of me. And he made it so much better and had a vision for the vocals, the melodies. I think we may have changed the lyrics. All I can take credit for is the lyrics, but other than that, everything is Brendan. The beauty in the melody, the beauty in the structure, and all the instruments that you hear are this gentleman right here as a producer at that time.
Do you still have the original
I do.
Original clip?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
We should post that.
We should post it.
I don't even remember what it sounds like.
It's not bad. I mean, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not what it is now. So that's what happened that day. And fast forward to now, that song was so cool for us. Like, it was like the first time we worked on something that was sounding really unique, fresh, and cool for like a folky singer-songwriter, kind of John Mayer type of vibe song.
Yeah, so it is a little more folky. It's a little different. Yeah. At the time, we were producing a lot with like virtual instruments, like synths and all that stuff.
Very electric-y.
Yeah, very electric-y, very pop with the twist, I guess. So when he came over, we recorded How I Feel. We literally, I think the whole song was recorded in like 4 hours maybe.
Yeah, same day.
That night. Vocals, everything was done. And then I went back to Florida, comped everything, kind of pieced it together. And then sent it back, and that was How I Feel.
Yeah.
But literally everything on there, there's no virtual instruments. Everything that we did, claps even, and little
raw sounds,
vocal ad libs here and there.
Yeah, and then
fun.
We didn't release it. We saved it because then we started working on the Welcome to Uncharted Territory album, which is 10-song album that we then put out during the pandemic, and kind of became another reason for us to get together into this band. So the reason it was taken down is because Tyler Cohen doesn't exist anymore. Forest Lake exists, and I don't want that to be a thing. So I took down that, and it was a bit of a issue because it was like, damn, that is a cool song. Yeah. It's just we surrounded it with a bunch of garbage. I think the rest of the songs they had cool parts, but they just weren't like the way that we could have made them.
Right.
If we just had the right resources. So
yeah. That's also the problem with like producing songs remotely.
Yeah.
Is you don't get the feel.
Right.
Like there is that disconnect there, and you don't really get like the end product that you could have gotten if you were in a room collabing, building it.
Absolutely.
A lot better.
Yeah. And I think that just kind of was just a stepping stone for us to get to where we're writing songs at now, or at least the level that we are at now. Not that we're where we need to be, but it's better.
Yeah. So I think technically though, this was the first song we've ever written together.
Absolutely.
Ever recorded together. And I think it turned out pretty good.
It turned out pretty sweet. So now let's bring out why we're bringing it back. Because one, I think it's just, financially smart because it saves money and we get some like new music out for the people, newer music. I think many people probably don't even remember it. Only like real listeners do. But we changed it a little bit, right? We did some things to it and worked with some cool people on it, didn't we?
For sure. So I think the first thing we initially thought of was like, oh man, we had this really cool percussionist and drummer, session drummer.
Yep.
He was the drummer of the year last year.
Drummer of the year.
He's a session cat in Nashville. Evan Hutchings, if you're watching this, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Evan. You're the freaking man.
He's so good. He's so good. So we sent it over to him, said, work your magic. Literally like no direction on the song. Just do your thing. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want to add, it's yours. So we got his creative input on it. And then we got it mixed, which it wasn't professionally mixed before I mixed it, which is a little rough. But we got it mixed by a local mixing engineer here in Clearwater, Florida. I believe he's in Clearwater or Safety Harbor. Daniel Holsinger. How did we even like?
So the story on Daniel Holsinger is when I came down to Florida because we were working on the Welcome to Uncharted Territory album. We were actively seeking like, who can we work with? Like in the area, we were throwing everything at the wall to see what we could do. And this is, it wasn't desperation. It was just like, we need to build up our resources here.
Sure.
And obviously, because you lived in this Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa area, he popped up. And we actually called him. We had a phone call with Daniel.
I remember. Yeah.
About like what his rates are, what he does, what we're looking for.
Just answer the phone, British guy, British accent.
Super
the
nice
nicest
dude.
guy ever.
Yeah, super nice dude.
I think we also had called him a second time. We've had like this weird like relationship with him where we never actually met him.
Yeah.
Until this song, but we've talked to him previously. Mm-hmm. But I think we wanted just to sit in the studio because he had a really cool looking studio. We wanted to sit with him and record like here's how we made it for one of the songs that we were working on. Fast forward to a couple months ago.
Right, because nothing ever happened with it. For some reason, I think maybe just timing or whatever the case, we never actually got a chance to... It wasn't even maybe that he was supposed to work on How I Feel for that album. He was supposed to just do something else, or we were going to have him do something else. Yeah. Or like you said, just check out his studio, get to know him. see what we could do. That wasn't how I feel specific. But now we're back in Florida. We're back in the area. He's still here. He's a freaking pro. I mean, the dude is good.
Yeah, he's worked with huge names.
Huge names.
Big names.
The big name we found out was the guy that we didn't even know he worked with, and we were blown away when we found out. Michael.
Yeah, can we say that? I think we can say it. Michael Brower's mix assistant.
Daniel, if we weren't.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason we couldn't say that. That you can find that on the internet.
I guess so. Yeah.
This is raw. This is uncut. That's what we works with. That's a really... Point is...
So, well, back up there.
Back it up.
If no one knows, Michael Brower is like one of the best mixing engineers like ever.
Yes.
Like, he's so good. He's worked on like most of the songs you've heard of. I'd say like there's a good chance he mixed that song. So really, really awesome dude. But Daniel Holsinger is Michael Brower's mix assistant.
Yeah.
Was. I think he's
was. I think Daniel does his own stuff now, and he's just that good at it. I mean, he's so efficient, and I think the other thing that blew us away is we had him come over, and he's just a genuine dude. So it was cool for us to like actually have another person in this studio. I think we talked about it with him. Like, he's the first guy to come here in our home studio and just talk music and share his thoughts. And we showed him what we wanted done.
The man came prepared.
That man came prepared. That's another thing to his test. So I think Daniel's for hire, right? You can reach out to him for hire if he likes your project. Sure. So we can plug that. Mm-hmm. If you're a fellow artist, if you're a fellow producer, songwriter, we'll put his info everywhere that you can find it here on this post and going forward. Definitely seek his skill set, because he's absolutely worth what you're gonna seek out of a song that you're working on. Yeah.
So we had him mix How I Feel. Mm-hmm. I thought it turned out pretty great, and he also mastered How I Feel. Mm-hmm. This was kind of win-win there.
Yeah.
And May 7th.
May 7th. So what else we're gonna say about it is that we are gonna keep the original music video. So I'm gonna plug two more people here, because this takes it back to 2020 during the pandemic. I worked with...
Oh, is this a Kahlel plug?
Kahlel Productions.
We've never plugged Kahlel.
I know. Here. I'm so happy to get his name back on here. Kahlel Productions is the best videographer you're going to find in the Cleveland area. So all you that are still watching back home in Cleveland, or if you're not in Cleveland, reach out to this guy. He'll fly out to where you're at and give you quality videography for music video, for honestly whatever. I mean, even if you're trying to work on film, this guy is the guy that you want behind the camera. Yeah. Another super genuine dude. Like, that's what we value. We'll honestly take somebody, not that these people have like lower skills or whatever the case, but like, we value so much how easy can we work with somebody, so that like we care a little bit more about their personality and how we get along with them than maybe even their talent, just because there's more, I don't know, organic feelings in that. Mm-hmm. But Kahlel is just another genuine dude. He's super cool, super good at what he does. And he filmed the original music video for us. Still on YouTube. I'm trying to get it down, but I can't get into the account because it's under... that's a whole other story. But we are going to re-upload it on the Forest Lake YouTube account, and then we're also going to put it out everywhere. And also, there was a very lovely lady by the name of Lisa Mulhall, who was a friend of mine. She was so willing to be the actress for this video. And you saw her in a clip that we posted last, and she was totally on board with us re-releasing it and getting it back out there for people to listen to. So the only cool thing that I have to share about that music video is the people at Jacob's Pavilion, because of the pandemic.
Yeah. Because it's pretty cool. You just got on stage there's no one there.
You can see that there's nothing on the stage. Like,
it's a cool venue though.
It is such a cool venue, and I'm sure many people have been there. You'll see usually when there's a show set up, they have like a whole backdrop, so you don't actually see the skyline behind the stage, which you can in the video. And it just looks dusty and dirty, and that's because the pandemic shut everything down. So the owner, who was super sweet, allowed us to film there because they weren't using it for anything else. So
that's awesome.
We're bringing back the video. We're bringing back the song. We're working with some cool people, and I don't know what else we say about it, other than it's coming out on May 7th. It's important to us. I think this song is just, one of... I I don't want to say it's our best song, but it's like
It's a feel-good song.
it's a feel good song. We've always looked up to it as like, whoa, we did that. It's like a proud father. This is our proud father moment with this song, and it was shitty to take it down, but that's why we had to bring it back. Funny thing too, real quick, we went back and forth about bringing it back. We always joked about bringing it back. We never did.
Yeah, we've definitely tried before, but it just didn't feel right. Didn't sit well.
Yeah, we didn't think it was a good idea.
Yeah,
and now it just kind of came together, and that's the beauty of it. We met the right people, timing, and now we're getting you a new song. So I don't really know what else to say about it other than I'm excited for you guys to hear it if you haven't heard it, and for you to hear it again because it does sound significantly better,
yeah, I think so,
than what we did. Not that it wasn't important then, but
yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. May 7th.
May 7th, that's it.
Let us know what you think, please.
Let us know what you
Feedback.
think. And feedback. Give us any feedback from what. Well, they can't give us feedback if the song's not out yet. So
May 7th,
May 7th. Come back and tell us. Come back to this video right here. Comment below. Come May 7th, say song sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. You're gonna
say it if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Does that do it for you? We got all the information we wanted to say about it.
I think that's it. Next week will be a normal podcast.
Yes.
Back to news in the music industry. There is some news brewing up there. But this week we felt it was important. We got to plug our own stuff.
Talk about Foresight. Yeah, we are in a band. I feel like sometimes I forget that.
A little bit.
Yeah, especially when the internet's out for 3 days and we can't open a Pro Tools session.
Oof. That sucks.
Don't want to talk about that, do we, John Brendan? Spectrum and their lovely customer service.
Yeah, we won't get there.
Won't go there. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe it won't be of any value until one day somebody's just digging through our deep dive and they're like, oh my God, I love that song. Like, when you find a band you like and you go find like the oldest stuff of them and you're like, whoa, these guys were cool. Or like, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Hey, that's why we have the podcast.
That's why we have a podcast for the two fans we have, the one in Asia and then also the future person that's like going through the archives.
That's right. Which will be us.
Yeah, it'll be us just going through our own stuff.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.